So you guys know exactly what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Akaash. I mean, his wife is trending, but I'm here to talk specifically about my boy Akaash, who's a comedian. The best way to recognize who this person is to say that he knows Andrew Schultz and they have a podcast together. Like, that's the only way for you to be like, oh, him. Yeah, the Indian dude on Fragrant. That's the guy. Because Fragrant is a pretty popular podcast. So, I'm sure you guys have seen the clips of him on TikTok. He's also a comedian, believe it or not. Anyway, he's a semi-celebrity whose wife, named Singh, is now trending all over social media for things that she has said. Very controversial and problematic things that are not meant to be said as a wife, unless you're a prostitute, unless you're like a porn star, like Adam 22's wife, I guess, because he's a cuck and he's okay with that. But Akaash seems like a decent guy. Like, a lot of women out there, like, making podcasts, and that's all they talk about is nasty, disgusting experiences that they have, sexual experiences, which is unnecessary, inappropriate, and like, get another topic. Seriously, go on Google, go on the news, pick a topic. Because it seems like that's all they got to talk about. It's crazy. That's not what these podcasts are all about. I mean, if you see these guys' podcasts, they probably talk about sexual experience, ever so often, not too many times. But they mainly talk about real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how about copy that? You think that you're not worth your opinions, like your opinions are not worth enough, is not enough for people to tune in and watch, then don't create the podcast if that's the case. Kalila is Bobby Lee's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, decided to make a podcast, and it's like an all-woman podcast. It's like, bro, what is the point of that? Nobody's gonna watch it. Clearly, obviously, nobody ever. I'm sure you never heard of that, right? You don't even know who Kalila is because she's not even a. She's Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend. That's all she is. The point I'm saying here is I sound like a sexist. I definitely hear that, and I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, and I'm recording it and rewinding it in my brain. I obviously sound like a sexist, but I mean well by it. All I'm saying is think differently. Don't talk about your sexual experiences all the freaking time consistently. An hour and a half long podcast. It's like crazy shit. That's crazy. I get it. You're trying to bait people to watch and tune into your podcast because you're desperate, which is why you make these conversations like that. You discuss things like that. But shit, bro. Anyway, what was I at before I get on to that rant? She has this podcast, and that is one of the things that's trending. That she says something about her all being brutalized and violated by some guy that she invited home, which is interesting because she says she was a virgin when she went with Akaash. Akaash is a virgin. This is literally his only love so far. Like, he never been with any other woman before her or after her, I'm assuming. Which is why it would be hard for him to decide to leave this whore. She said she was a virgin too. They had, they were on this podcast, they were on an interview, and she said she was a virgin as well. But it seems like, because usually virgins, and I've met attractive virgins before, they're kind of reserved, they're kind of respectful and modest, not loud and inappropriate like this slut. So it's hard to believe that she was a virgin, not because of her looks, again, because her mannerisms. But who knows? Maybe she was. I don't know. Who cares? It seems unlikely, but leave a comment down below, guys. Do you think she's a virgin when she was with Akaash? I doubt it. And pray for Akaash. It feels like he really needs it. Here's what I'm gonna make a prediction. He's not gonna leave her. He's not gonna leave her. He's gonna think about his money. One thing. Because she's definitely gonna, obviously she's gonna take half of his shit unfairly and unjustifiably. And also another thing, that is his first love, and everybody knows, like, it's hard to let go of your first love. Leave a comment down below. I don't know. You think he should leave her? I think so. Myron was also right about destiny. Destiny is some type of a political commentator who went out to podcasts with his wife Linda, I think her name is, and they would promote this idea about open marriage being healthy. And then she left him so she can devote herself to this one to this one guy that she met while she was married to Destiny because they had an open marriage. And they that shit crazy. But Myron, yeah, man, yeah, he definitely hit it on the nose with these women and how they should be treated and avoided, and being cautious of, because that's all he's promoting, is to be cautious of these women and know how they act and how they think. And Akash should have listened. Akash, I'm sorry to laugh, but Akash should have listened, bro. You should have tuned in to Fresh and Fit and get off your high horse and listen to what Myron and Fresh have to say about these slutticons. All right? Anyway, peace. Love you guys. Mwah.